I know there's a lot of energy. Right now it's about time to listen. We only have a very short time with these living legends that you see before you. Let's start off with an applause for the living legends sitting before you. Welcome. I would like to say welcome to everyone who made it here from every part of the planet Earth to be here to celebrate hip-hop culture, to compete in the forms of hip-hop dance, put it on the line, represent your countries, your crews, your neighborhoods, your streets. And I applaud you for putting that much work and emphasis on being here for something so important and genuine. And what I would say is, like, for all of you that do not know, Hip Hop International now and the World Battle give an opportunity for the youth around the world to be able to communicate or open up that door to show what they have inside. And dance is the physical celebration of life. We all deserve to celebrate life, no matter where you're from, no matter what you're going through. And for just a few moments that you were on the dance floor, I hope you enjoyed it and were able to balance out the pressures of competition. That being said, this 2017 Hip Hop International first panel, I would like to introduce the distinguished panel that we have set up for you. And I'm gonna go from left to right, and we're almost going in like a historic timeline as well in some ways. These people here are very precious. They were my superheroes. They've always been my superheroes. They continue to be my superheroes. Made me want to change my lifestyle. At your far left, you have Mr. Don Campbellock. Everybody should know their resumes, but just to give you some really quick bullets, Don Campbell gave us a very special dance that you've seen here for the last 10 days, expressed in many different ways, the style called locking. We have a couple very important questions for him pertaining to that, and we will get to those questions, and we're going to move on to the next introduction. A female representing females and the street dance styles and the original locking fundamentals. Please make some noise for Toni Basil. Toni has a very unique perspective of being involved in both not just the street dance evolution, but also in the professional world of how things work in the dance world pertaining to entertainment business. And this is really special information that I'm sure every one of us in here would love to have. So hopefully we'll get to a question pertaining to that as well. But that's the one and only Toni Basil. Victor MANOEL. Representing that Latino thing. West Coast, Mexico. Victor was also a very instrumental person in terms of self-expression and opening up the door to showing the world how important it is to express yourself through a dance form. And the passion that goes inside of the dance form and how important that is, and it translating through the people and through their style and the particular styles from punking to whacking and how we've all embraced it, and you've seen this particular style over here for the last 10 years, 10 days in this competition. Mr. Victor MANOEL. The next gentleman, this is FAYSO, Washington, from the San Francisco Bay Area to film. FAYSO represents something very unique and what I consider one of the most underground dance styles and street that people still don't know about. Though we cattle call many of the styles into the realm of popping or roboting, there's many individual styles. In particular, a style called the Fillmore from his neighborhood, and another style called Spreading. Whenever you see a group do a wave through their bodies, through all the people, that's a form of spreading. And FAYSO is an original member of Demons of the Mind, and over the years, and then became Media Circus, and has a very unique style based on the Bay Area styles of related to the funk styles. And so this is Mr. FAYSO Washington. The next gentleman, without even having to use his name, many people just refer to him as the epitome. And it's because he's kind of the blueprint for a lot of us of what the original dance style that helped launch the hip-hop culture around the world. This is Mr. Ken Swift. I'm giving you this order for a specific reason because they've had very big things that have happened in life that has helped the movement and helped all of us to be here tonight through the likes of being able to witness these dance styles, these regional styles through media such as Soul Train, and how important that was for it to rub off and give us that soul and that funk and that groove, and how things have progressed from the music and the reaction to music in the forms of dance, and has that progressed into the club life and the streets, and how they balanced and became a coexistence together in some forms. Ken Swift was part of a launch of a subculture that has become a worldwide culture with 4 elements that represent this new, renewed form of celebrating the same things that all of these dancers have been representing, which is that soul and funk and that one precious part of a record that we look forward to called The Break. And so we're gonna start off right away and go right into it because we need to move right into it. So we'd like to just have a very simple, very quick breakdown of the styles so that people understand a little bit more about what they're doing. Because a lot of people are using the styles, but they may not know too much about the style and how to use it properly, and they want to be able to impress you. So this is a good way for them to be able to learn that particular process. So we're going to start off at the end, all the way with Mr. Don Campbell, and if you can tell us a short form of where it comes from.
Well, a lot of people got to know that it's not so easy being some famous dancer. You don't start out that way. First, I went a whole year getting laughed at. Don't be thinking it's just easy when you first get out on the floor. I was laughed at everyone, all which and when I was on the floor. But it's not where you start in life, it's where you finish. I just kept dancing, kept working. People would point and laugh at me, and I just would keep on working. And after a while, I was doing it with the music. People turned around and started, all of a sudden I noticed one guy was dressed up like me. And I was wondering, I didn't like it at first. But my mom said, that's just envy, Don. They said, if your dance gonna grow, other people gonna have to do it, don't they? I said, okay, Mom, she was right. So I went out and started making friends. But I didn't like it because, I was doing my thing. I was trying to get some kind of attention. And all of a sudden, there's a guy over there by. But you know what happened? When he started doing what I was doing, I didn't mind because I kept coming up with new moves. That's why I kept on, it made me grow. I didn't just do one thing, I kept competing. That's what you gotta realize when you're at the half of you're 20 years or younger. Your life just started. You're gonna keep growing. You just don't realize it. Don't be thinking going up to save something for the second round. You might not make the second round. You go out and give it your all. I guarantee you're gonna get better. Who knows how great you can be? Yeah. You might be the next Don. Thank you.
So stories where you got the ideas or concepts. So at the time, what kind of music were you listening to when you created this style?
It was James Brown, you know. You could do your own dance, so I just kept on trying to do my own thing. It wasn't turning out great at first because they were laughing. But you remember, laughing at you is real short from being genius. Call you crazy, then all calls they call you genius. They call me genius now, so you know, if I look back, I see me when I see you. When I see you out there doing it, and I want you to do it your style. That means take my dance and make it yours. You going out as if you're Don Campbell come up to me. That's what creativity is all about. You all got it. It's just coming out. You believe in yourself. I mean, they might be laughing at you today, but tomorrow they clapping, they dressing up like. I had stripes, I thought crisscross was Spanish. People thought I was weird. Before I knew it, I see 3 or 4 kids dressed up the same way. And once they got popular, boom. You never know. You have to be.
So that's a very big lesson about being original and being brave enough, be bold enough to make a big statement. So, Tony, can you give us the feminine perspective of these dances as you're receiving it, the music you're listening to, and the dance, how it evolved for you?
I'd rather talk about Don. Don created the Campbellock in 1970. 1970, a year before Soul Train. So, way before the word hip-hop was created. I think you've got to understand what was going on at the time. Thank God there was Soul Train so that he had a place to put that dance. Because then, of course, it just became just this huge, everybody across from the East Coast to the West Coast saw locking. And I don't think you guys realize that until Soul Train, Ken Swift really wouldn't have seen what the West Coast was doing, and we didn't see what the East Coast was doing. Because there was no YouTube. There was no television show that showed us what they were doing and showed them what we were doing. Don and I put together a group called The Lockers, which I'm sorry, and I'm so proud of us. We changed the face of dance because we were the first group to ever be paid for dancing. That Don's dance and the group gave everybody a future, because until that, you could not earn a living at your dance. If you were going to dance and earn a living, you needed to be a ballet dancer, a tap dancer, a jazz dancer, something else. So this, was really the birth of everything. And as far as the feminine perspective of it, I'll just keep it short. If all of our dances come from improvising, and you improvise from the inside out, not from the outside in. If you're a female and you're improvising, I would just assume that part of your femininity and what you're feeling comes out in your dance. You don't imitate the guys. And it does not mean, it's not taking away your strength. You can still do your splits, your head spins. You can be as strong as you want. I'm not talking about women dancing less strong. I'm talking about women accepting the femininity within them and add that to your dance. You add that to your dance and there is no guy who could beat you.
That's from my perspective as well. Like, I learned a lot from women about being soulful and funky and the social dances in the club and what's appropriate and what's not. And that's something that's very big that's missing